Brainy Dose presents 12 mental illness signs you should not ignore. Mental illness can present itself in many different ways, and while some mental health disorders can be extremely apparent, others may be much harder to detect. Someone can seem well put together, but they may be having trouble getting out of bed in the morning, or struggling even to smile. Or it can be a moody teenager who seems to get more and more reclusive as the days go by. If you think you or a loved one might be suffering from some form of mental illness, you need to stay aware and see if you notice any of the following warning signs. Number 1. Stomach pain. Having recurring stomach pain is usually a symptom of indigestion, acid reflux, or a variety of other things. But getting sudden stomach aches during times of anxiety could be a sign of poor mental health. People often refer to feeling anxious or nervous as having a knot in their stomach, and there's an explanation for this. Studies show that your gut has a deep connection to your brain. When you're feeling anxious, your brain tells your digestive tract to slow down, conserving energy to deal with whatever threat is making your stress levels rise. This often leads to stomach cramps, pain, and bloating. Number 2. Chronic pain. Your gut will be the first to be affected by the decline of your mental health, but ignoring the signs and staying complacent will lead to the rest of your body feeling the effects as well. Studies suggest that people who have depression are much more likely to experience chronic pain. There's an overlap between the parts of the brain that process depression and pain. Therefore, physical pain can be exacerbated by emotional pain, and vice versa. This is the reason why most antidepressants also function as painkillers. Number 3. Serious lack of motivation. Most people view depression as feeling sad all the time, but it's a much more complex condition that presents itself in many different ways. One of the most common symptoms is a significant fluctuation in motivation. People with severe depression often can't even find the motivation to get out of bed, let alone perform regular chores and basic self-care. They often tell friends and family members that there's just no point in doing these activities. Of course, feeling bored or not having momentum happens to everyone occasionally. But if you find yourself or someone you know unable to complete simple daily tasks, professional help should be sought out. Number 4. Manic periods. Experiencing high-energy episodes where you lose sleep or feel invincible could be a sign that you have a type of bipolar disorder. You may also become highly productive, erratic, or easily distracted. Mania resulting from bipolar disorder can feel like a high. These episodes often become detrimental if you do things that need to be rectified later once you've come down, such as overspending or making impulsive decisions. Anyone experiencing mania should speak to a doctor and learn about what they can do to help manage their moods. Number 5. Paranoia. This sign can be more challenging to recognize in yourself. The slow descent into madness can seem justified when it's your own mind, and everyone seems to be against you. This is why intense paranoia is typically first noticed by those closest to someone who's experiencing it, instead of the person becoming aware of it on their own. If your thoughts have shifted and you've begun to feel like you're being followed or watched, or that people are trying to hurt you and you can't trust anyone, not even your own family, you're likely experiencing paranoia. Now, paranoia doesn't automatically equal schizophrenia or something similar. It could be because of a delusional disorder or anxiety disorder. But regardless of what is causing the paranoia, you should get an assessment if it's starting to impede your judgment or making you fear for your life. Number 6. Compulsions and fear-based behavior. Do you have a crippling fear that's stopping you from going to public places or engaging in certain situations? Perhaps you actively shape your life around your fear. Or maybe you even have specific daily rituals that wouldn't make sense to anyone but you. Experiencing any of these could be an indicator that you have some type of anxiety disorder that has gotten out of hand and become a full-blown problem that requires attention. Having your life controlled by your fears and anxieties is not a life anyone wants to live. Spending your time avoiding your fears means you don't have time to accomplish your goals. This is definitely something that needs to be addressed to avoid the situation from becoming worse. It will probably be easier than you think to turn things around. Perhaps all that's required is a small nudge in the right direction. Number 7. Serious anhedonia. The term ANHEDONIA means losing interest in everything, including activities that you usually enjoy, and it's a sign that you may be developing depression. If you find yourself no longer interested in doing things you enjoy, and you can't figure out why, you should probably be concerned. It's no big deal if you had a reason for it, as it's natural to change interests from time to time. But if for no reason you suddenly drop everything that gives you joy, that's when it becomes an issue. Abandoning all activities or hobbies that you're passionate about is a matter of concern that calls for a visit to your doctor. Number 8. Weight changes. Everyone wants to have a perfect body. Of course, that is subjective, and perfection can mean different things to different people. It might mean gaining a few pounds or losing a few pounds. And while trying to stay fit is good, extreme weight fluctuation isn't. Excessive weight loss or weight gain can be associated with severe depression or an eating disorder. Behavioral and environmental stress can cause people to use food for comfort, resulting in substantial weight gain, while other mental health disorders like depression can lead to a steep loss of appetite and weight. If you are experiencing either of these extremes, you should get a mental health assessment. Number 9. Sleeping too much or not enough. Sleep is one of the most important necessities, but 10 to 18% of the population has trouble getting the right amount. That said, sleep deprivation or oversleeping occurs more often in people with mental illness. According to studies, about half of patients who suffer from disorders like ADHD, depression, anxiety, or bipolar have some form of insomnia or hypersomnia. Number 10. Self-punishing thoughts. Self-deprecation is never good, and continually having negative thoughts about your appearance or abilities is another sign of mental illness. Negative thought patterns are easy to fall into and almost impossible to break out of. If these intrusive thoughts start to become more and more common, you may need professional help. Self-punishing thoughts can be a product of mood and anxiety disorders. Constantly berating yourself isn't normal or healthy, and nobody should have to try and live with it. Number 11. Hallucinations. Many different things can cause hallucinations, drugs being the most common, of course. But neurological issues like epilepsy or migraines, vision loss, and even extreme solitude can also result in hallucinations. If you've been taking a prescription medication that has the side effect, it may not be that big of a deal, but seeing things that aren't there or experiencing other auditory or tactile hallucinations without cause definitely raises concern. Regardless of why the hallucinations are happening, they are a clear sign that your brain isn't functioning the way it should. So, it's best to get examined soon to make sure there aren't any underlying conditions, even if the hallucinations aren't affecting you negatively. Number 12. Self-hatred or destructive behavior. This is another behavioral pattern that might not be too obvious unless pointed out by someone else. If you're actively indulging in self-destructive behavior that could be seriously harming you or someone else, it's best to seek professional help to try and figure out why. Self-destructive behavior can manifest in many different ways: sabotaging yourself at work, during an important project, or in your romantic relationship. This also includes excessive self-isolation and engaging in high-risk activities like drugs or other illegal things. If you sabotage or punish yourself often, know that it's not normal or healthy, and you should try to stop and seek advice from a professional. Unfortunately, mental health usually isn't taken as seriously as physical health. And while we are making serious advancements in recognizing mental illness, people still neglect resolving their psychological issues. They fear being called crazy or being put on medication. But mental health problems can be just as dangerous as physical ones. Most people don't realize that if the problems are left untreated for an extended period, they can cause severe damage. So, if you see a loved one exhibiting any of these signs, or you find them in yourself, it's a good idea to find a professional to answer your questions and help to manage your mental illness if you end up being diagnosed. Dealing with mental illness can seem like an impossible task, but with a little awareness and support, you can overcome your obstacles and help your loved ones overcome theirs as well. As always, we want to know what you think. Share your thoughts and personal experiences in the comments below. If you found this video informative or helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.